evening and welcome to Jack Hackman Field for tonight's Eastern Cloverbelt baseball matchup between the Red Hawks of Owen-Withee and Thorp High School and the Columbus Dons. Here are tonight's starting lineups. First for the Red Hawks, leading off playing left field, number 28, Winston Paler.
Those comments from
Batting
the baseball
second,
coach
catching,
of the
number
Thorp
7,
Owen-Withee
Landon
co-op
Pink.
program, Peter Devine.
Batting
about
third,
his
center fielder, number 30,
as
Harley
the Red Hawks attempt
Zurakowski.
to bring baseball back
Batting
in
fourth,
those
the
communities,
shortstop,
as we
number 14,
Thorp
Cameron
High School has had a great
Abramczyk.
tradition of baseball. Coach Roger Moe,
Batting
50
fifth,
years
right fielder,
had
number 7, the
success
DH,
this
number
year in the
18,
Eastern
Evan
Cloverbelt
Peckerman.
By the way, the Eastern
Batting
Cloverbelt
eighth,
standings
and
as of
pitching,
today,
number
Boyle
31,
and
Dan
Louisville share
Lichtleitner.
first place. Each team is at 2 and 0.
Batting ninth, second baseman,
Gilman,
number
1
1,
and 0.
Caleb Kolchik.
Spencer, 2 and 1.
And playing first
Columbus
base,
also
number 9,
2 and
Nolan
1.
Luzinski.
Greenwood 0 and 3. And Thorp
For the
Owen-Withee
Columbus
at
Dons,
0
leading off
and
and
4.
pitching, number 20, Carson Eckes. Batting second, the catcher, number 6, Matt
In the Western
Konechny.
Cloverbelt, Bloomer,
Batting third, playing
2 and 0.
shortstop, number
Fall Creek is
16,
1 and
Carter
0.
Summer.
Regis also
Batting
1 and
fourth,
0.
the center fielder,
Picked
number
up
5,
1 and
Ray
2.
Becker.
Stanley Boyd 1
Batting
and 3.
fifth, first baseman,
And
number 10,
Kedon 0 and
Devlin
1.
Timler.
In the Western
Batting
Cloverbelt
sixth, playing
Conference.
second base, number 11, Rocco
Columbus
Maher.
and Thorp Owen-Withee
Batting
baseball
seventh,
action
the left
tonight once
fielder,
again.
number 7.
That is our national anthem. We're set for baseball here at Jack Hackman Field at Marshfield, Columbus, and Thorp Owen-Withee meeting in this Eastern Cloverbelt Conference baseball matchup tonight. Columbus Dons are on the field. The Dons defensively at first base, Devlin Timler. At second base, Rocco Maher. At shortstop, Carter Summer. At third base, Ryan Burnick. In right field, Brock Weiland. In center field, Ray Becker. In left field, Drew Lang. The catcher is Mac Konechny. On the mound is right-hander Carson Eckes. Carson, a right-hander, getting his warm-up throws in. As we get this game underway, once again, a dark, gloomy evening here. Lights are on here at Jack Hackman Field as we begin this ball game tonight. This co-op program this season. You're listening to Cloverbelt Conference Baseball on AM 1450 and FM 98.7 WDLB Marshfield and WDLBAM.com. I'm Gene Delisio at Jack Hackman Field, watching Thorp Owen-Withee and Columbus in baseball action tonight. Leadoff batter for Thorp Owen-Withee is the left fielder Winston Paler. Tall right-handed batter, fine basketball player in the Owen-Withee program. Carson Eckes on the mound, winds and delivers. Breaking ball on the inside corner for called strike one, and play is underway here at Jack Hackman Field. Eckes throws 0-1, a swing and a miss. 0-2. Dons have a good group of pitchers this year. Matt Konechny tossed a one-hitter to beat Thorp Owen-Withee last night. 0-2 delivery on the way. That's fouled down the right field line at a plot. Still 0-2. Carter Summer, also a very fine pitcher in this program. No balls, 2 strikes on Winston Paler. Eckes winds and throws once again. A breaking ball is in there for a called strike 3. Nice curveball by Carson Eckes. And that's the first out of this ball game. The batter for Thorp Owen-Withee is catcher Landon Penk. Hitting right-handed as well. Eckes ready, winds and throws. Breaking ball misses inside for ball 1. Several other ball games this evening on ZaleskiSports.com. Here's the 1-0 pitch, curveball, breaks inside for ball, 2-0. Over the backstop out of play, 2-1 before ball game tonight, but that has stopped. Still, lots of dark skies out there, so we could get some more rain before this ball game comes to an end. 2-2 on Landon Peg. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to third, and by Ryan Burnick into left field. Peg takes first base. That was an awkward play for Burnick. The ball hit right at him, but took a hop before it got to him, and that could go either way.
Center fielder,
that would be ruled an error on third baseman Ryan Burnick. Don's first error tonight. Batting for Thorp Owen-Withee is the center fielder Harley Zurikowski. Is it? And Zurikowski is retired. Now the shortstop Cameron Abramczyk batting for Thorp Owen-Withee. He's the cleanup man for the Red Hawks tonight. And the pitch on the way inside for ball 1. Looks like Eckes was in the windup on that play, and the runner at first base, Penk, didn't notice. So did not take off, but now Eckes is in the stretch. Gets set and delivers. Ground ball towards shortstop, picked up by Summer. He bobbles it, picks it up and throws quickly to first base, but late. Abramczyk beats it out on the bobbled ball by shortstop Carter Summer. And the Dons with 2 errors here in the opening inning.
Number 6, Cooper Rosemeyer.
And that brings up Cooper Rosemeyer, the Thorp Owen-Withee right fielder, batting for the first time. So 2 Columbus errors here in the first. Pitch on the way, fouled back for strike 1. No score. Thorp Owen-Withee batting top half of the first. Runners at first and second. And no balls, 1 strike on Cooper Rosemeyer. Stands in once again. Eckes working from the stretch. Sets and delivers. Lined on the first base side, just foul. Just outside the bag. Caught by the first baseman Timler, but just off the first base foul line. So Rosemeyer comes back with a count of no balls and 2 strikes. Eckes steps off the rubber, so Rosemeyer steps out. Coach Peter Devine at third base for Thorp Owen-Withee, giving some signs. The count on Rosemeyer, 0-2. Eckes sets and throws again. Pop foul over the screen. And stays 0-2. Not much wind to speak of. Columbus coming to bat. And back with more baseball from Jack Hackman Field in just a moment. In just a moment.
Nuts Deep 2, a Marshfield favorite for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Soup, salad, pizza, omelets, sandwiches, wraps, and burgers. How about appetizers like loaded tots and super nuts nachos? 14 large TVs to watch all your favorite games. Plus, entertainment and event space for groups large and small for your upcoming parties. Nuts Deep 2 again, awarded Best Burgers and Fish Fry in Marshfield. Nuts Deep 2 on South Central Avenue in Marshfield and Nuts Deep 2 North in Spencer.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
We're following Cloverbell Conference Baseball today here on WOSQ and WDLB. Columbus and Thorp Owen-Withee meeting in this matchup this evening here at Jack Hackman Field. Thorp Owen-Withee on defense today. At first base, Nolan Lazinski. At second base, Caleb Chukach. At shortstop, Cameron Abramczyk to play Antigo today. And Antigo canceled out because they had to make up a great Northern Conference game today. So the Tigers got Auburndale to come over, but only for a scrimmage. So that took place before this ball game this evening. The leadoff man for Columbus here in the first, pitcher Carson Eckes, standing in, batting left-handed against Dan Leckleitner. Leckleitner working from the stretch. Sets and now fires. High and outside, ball one. No score. Columbus and Owen-Withee Thorp tonight in this Cloverbell Conference matchup. Dons batting, bottom half of the first inning. The 1-0 to Carson Eckes. Low for a ball, 2-0. Leckleitner, pretty big guy, but does not appear to throw the ball all that hard. You see that quite a few times. Guy was really big and strong, but throws a lot of off-speed and breaking stuff. Here's the 2-0 delivery, and that breaks inside for ball three. 3-0 on Carson Eckes, who throws right but bats left-handed for the Columbus Dons. Stands in once again. And now Leckleitner fires again, high and tight, but got the inside corner for a called strike. And Eckes comes back with a full count. Temperature is comfortable. Not much of a breeze, just that dark overcast sky that threatens some rain eventually. Leckleitner gets set and throws 3-2. Popped foul near the screen and it's just across the screen and foul, ground out of play. Count still full, 3-2. Leckleitner gets himself set once again. And now delivers. Misses high for ball four. And Carson Eckes draws a base on balls to start the Columbus first inning. The catcher, Mac Konieczny, batting for the Dons. Hitting right-handed. Mac was the winning pitcher against the Withee Ball Club last night. Tossed a one-hitter in the Dons' 12-0 five-inning win. Eckes at first base, held there by Lazinski. One. Well before the pitch. Pitch on the way, low and outside for ball, 2-1. Thorp Owen-Withee, very young ball club, lots of sophomores and some freshmen. 3-1 on Mac Konieczny. So Coach Devine trying to build from the ground up with this Thorp Owen-Withee co-op program this year and for future years. 3-1 delivery, grounded back up the middle and past the second baseman Chilkosh in the center field for a base hit. Eckes rounding third base, he'll score on the base hit by Mac Konieczny. And Columbus leads 1-0.
The shortstop, number 16, Carter Summer.
Carson Eckes in on that base hit by Mac Konieczny. And batting next is shortstop Carter Summer. Mac is leaving, and Vikram Senha comes in as a courtesy runner. Vikram Senha, courtesy runner for the catcher Mac Konieczny. Carter Summer now batting for Columbus. Tall right-handed batter. Senha edges at first base, held there by Lazinski. Leckleitner ready. And he now delivers. Ground ball third base side, but just outside the bag, foul for strike one. Had already 2 or 3 balls hit down the foul lines tonight that just missed fair territory. And there's another one right there. Nothing. And Carter stands in once again. Leckleitner stays in the stretch. Checks co-oping for baseball. Another Eastern Cloverbelt school, Colby doing it. And Senha to second base. Quick throw down there, and he dives in safely. Count on Summer now 2-1. That'll be a passed ball on the catcher, Penk. 2 balls, 1 strike now in Carter Summer. That Colby Abbotsford baseball program, however, playing in the Merriwood Conference, of which Abbotsford is a member, playing in the Merriwood North, not the Cloverbelt. 2-1 on Carter Summer, stands back in there. And Leckleitner fires once again, and the dirt bounds away, and Senha goes to third base. That ball low and outside and in the dirt, and that is ruled Leckleitner. And Summer now ahead on the count, 3 balls and 1 strike. So a good scoring chance here for Columbus. Timeout called here, and Thorp Owen-Withee coach Peter Devine heading to the mound. Early mound visit for the Red Hawks coach. Once again, a nice evening for baseball. Stop by if you have some time and take in the ball game this evening between Thorp Owen-Withee and Columbus here at Jack Hackman Field. We're getting no rain as of right now. In fact, the rain that we had earlier has pretty much dried up. The pavement and the bleacher areas are dry. Can't guarantee we won't have more rain at some point, but it's dry as of right now. Not much wind. Temperatures in the 50s, so a very pleasant evening for baseball here in central Wisconsin. The conference breaks up. Shot to left field for a base hit. Senha is in, and the Dons lead 2-0. That ball just got by the shortstop of Bramchek, but eluded his glove into left field. RBI base hit for Carter Summer. Vikram Senha is in, and Columbus has a 2-0 lead. Dons batter now, center fielder Ray Becker. The cleanup man in the Dons batting order today, hitting right-handed. Big lead by Summer at first base, and he widens it. Leckleitner gets set and throws a breaking ball that gets the inside corner for a called strike one. Columbus now leads it 2-0. Dons batting in the last half of the first inning here at Jack Hackman Field. 0-1 on Ray Becker. Leckleitner again checks the base runner and throws high and outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Almost looks like Leckleitner could be throwing a knuckleball of some sort, the way the ball kind of floats up there out of his hand. Not throwing real hard. Count on Becker, 1 ball, 1 strike. Leckleitner ready, fires once again. High fly ball to right field. Rosemeyer comes on, and the ball falls in front of him in the right field foul line for a base hit. Summer, a wide turn at second base, now goes back. Ray Becker with a single to right field. Looked like that ball might be playable, but Rosemeyer came on, just could not get there. And the Dons have base runners at first and second for first baseman Devlin Timler, batting for the first time. Devlin batting right-handed. Tough spot here for Thorp Owen-Withee pitcher Dan Leckleitner. He'll check the base runners. Now turns and bluffs Summer back to second base. Outfield rather shallow for the Red Hawks. Timler stands back in there once again. And Leckleitner throws, with runners at first and second and still nobody out. And now he delivers again, high and outside for a ball, 2-0. Leckleitner, one of those pitchers who uses the stretch position at all times. Earlier this inning, when no one was on base, he was still pitching from the stretch. He's behind here 2-0. Checks the runners and throws once again. Low and inside, ball 3. 3-0. Thorp Owen-Withee does have about 6 guys on in reserve tonight. So Coach Devine may have some options in the bullpen. Count on Timler, 3-0. Leckleitner sets, throws again, low and outside, ball 4 to load the bases. Summer takes third base. Becker to second, Timler to first. And here's the Don second baseman, Rocco Maher. Batting for the first time. Rocco batting right-handed, bases loaded, still nobody out, and 2 runs already in. Leckleitner in the stretch position. Here's his pitch. It floats over at the letters are called, strike. Maher waves, that's ready, and now delivers. Ground ball back up the middle. Picked up at second base by Shilkoch, steps on the bag for back up the middle. Picked up at second base by Shilkoch, steps on the bag for 1 on to first base with a double play. Caleb Shilkoch at second base, turning a 4-3 double play. He forces Timler at second for the first out, and then on to first base with a double play to double up Maher. On the play, Summers scores to give the Dons a 3-0 lead. No RBI on that play. And Becker takes third base. Now left fielder Drew Lang, the batter for Columbus. Hitting right-handed once again. And Leckleitner stops to third base and throws there. Becker dives back in safely. Don't see that play very often. The pickoff attempt at third. Although one team that has used that quite a bit over the years is Pittsville. But not many other teams do that. Lang back in there. Leckleitner throws here. Breaking ball for a called strike 1. Our score now is Columbus 3, Owen-Withee, Thorp 0. Don's batting bottom half of the first. Runner at third base and 2 outs. 0-1 on Drew Lang. Leckleitner again from the stretch. Sets and delivers. That pitch falls low for ball, 1 strike. Cloverbell Conference Baseball this evening on WDLB, brought to us by First Choice Credit Union at 1614 East 4th Street in Marshfield. People helping people in Wood, Marathon, Clark, and Portage counties. Next pitch in the dirt for a ball, 2-1. Member NCUA, make them your first choice. First Choice Credit Union of Marshfield. 2-1 on Drew Lang. There's Becker at third base and 2 outs. Leckleitner gets set once again and fires. Breaking ball, got the inside corner for a called strike, 2-2. Got 2 pitchers out there that throw that breaking ball pretty well. Becker at third base, slight lead down there. Leckleitner checks him and delivers. A swing and a miss to end the inning. First strikeout tonight by Dan Leckleitner. Columbus in the first, 3 runs on 3 hits. No errors, 2 walks, 1 man left on base. After 1 inning, our score is Columbus 3, Thorp Owen-Withee 0. More baseball coming up in just a moment.
We know how a bank should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier. Treating our customers is valued and important. Services should be better with online and...
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield has tasty char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between. Check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See Chips' complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream, all served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield. Be a champ and have a chipperific day.
Thanks for joining us for baseball action tonight on WDLB and on ZaleskiSports.com. Columbus and Thorp Owen-Withee meeting in this matchup this evening. NFL draft now underway. Tennessee is expected with the first choice. Selected Miami quarterback Cam Ward, working from the windup. Fires a breaking ball. That's in there for call and strike two. Working from the windup. Fires a breaking ball. That's in there for call and strike two. Both Carson Eckes and Dan Lechnider throwing lots of breaking balls in this ball game so far tonight. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Ground ball to first base. Picked up by Timler. He then drops it, picks it back up, rushing to first base, and missed it. Warner beats it out. That ball hit down the first base line to Timler. He botched that hopper and picked it back up, tried to win that race with the bag, and Warner beats him out. That's already 3 errors on the Dons' defense tonight. The DH, Evan Penterman, now batting for Thorp Owen-Withee. Eckes working from the stretch. No balls, 1 strike on Evan Penterman, tossed to first base, and Warner back in time. So Jacksonville got the second pick and chose Travis Hunter from Colorado. Cleveland trading down with that second pick. 0-1 delivery. High hopper right side. Picked up by the catcher Konechny. Throws to first base and down the right field line. Then booted by the right fielder Weiland. And Warner takes third base. Errant throw by catcher Matt Konechny. So Penterman reaches and Warner goes to third base on the play. Dons now have 4 errors in the first 2 innings. Pitcher Dan Lechleitner stands in for Stanley Boyd or for Thorp Owen-Withee. Hitting right-handed. Now the 1-1 delivery. Chopper back towards the mound, but rolling foul. 1-2. Penterman at first base off of the pitch. He'll head back to the bag. Don's infield stays back here with a 3-run lead, looking for the double play. Eckes ready once again, now delivers. A swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt. And Lechleitner out on strikes. Second strikeout for Carson Eckes tonight. Here's the second baseman, Caleb Chulkich, batting for Thorp Owen-Withee. Eckes throw. Missed inside for ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Or, excuse me, 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 on Chulkich. Runners at the corners, they take their leads. Eckes throws again. Breaking ball. Missed inside for ball 3. We count now 3-0. Again, complete draft coverage with Bill Michaels on Sports Radio 92.3 FM WOSQ. That's underway. Here is the 3-0 delivery, and that's a cross for called strike, 3-1. We also have NFL draft coverage for you tomorrow on WOSQ from ESPN starting at 5 p.m. NFL draft Saturday, 5 p.m. on WOSQ. Eckes throws again. That pitch is over for a called strike. The runner goes, and Konechny drops the ball. So Penterman steals second. Benders at second and third and 2 outs. 1 ball, no strikes on Winston Paler. Here's the pitch. Popped into shallow right field. Weiland towards the line, gets there, makes the catch to end the inning. So Thorp Owen-Withee threatens, but they do not score here in the second. The Red Hawks get no runs on no hits. 2 Columbus errors, 2 men left on base. After 1.5 innings of play, our score is Columbus 3 and Thorp Owen-Withee 0. Back to Jack Hackman Field and more baseball action coming up following these messages.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, how can I help you?
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken has been voted best pizza in Marshfield 16 years in a row. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken is ready for your call now. Choose drunken chicken, BLT, Western, mac and cheese, sweet chili chicken, and more. Plus, Scotty's has broasted chicken, fish sandwiches, salads, and desserts. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, 715-384-8118 and scottyspizza.com.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, how can I help you?
Hi, I'm Shad from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step, because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
Now back to baseball here on WOSQ and ZaleskiSports.com. Columbus Dons and Thorp Owen-Withee Red Hawks meeting in this one this evening. Our score is Columbus 3, Thorp Owen-Withee nothing. Dons batting bottom half of the second inning here at Jack Hackman Field. Bernick back in there, 1 ball, no strikes. And Leitner throws once again. Ground ball towards third, knocked down by the third baseman Werner, but he has no play. And Bernick reaches, and that would likely be an error on third baseman Rack Werner. So each team piling up the errors tonight. Columbus has 4 in 2 innings. Now Thorp Owen-Withee has an error as well. Don's batter is the right fielder, Brock Weiland. Batting right-handed. Bernick leads at first base. Leitner delivers a curveball. That misses inside for ball 1. Not much breeze this evening. Weiland gets back in there. Bernick off first base, held there by Nolan Lazinski. Leitner throws again. Saw pop up in the third baseline, goes foul. Count now 1 ball, 1 strike. You're listening to Cloverbell Conference Baseball on Sports Radio 92.3 FM, WOSQ, Spencer, Marshfield, and AM 1450 and FM 98.7 WDLB Marshfield, and ZaleskiSports.com. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That breaks in the dirt for a ball. 2-1 now on Brock Weiland. I'm Gene DeLisio at Jack Hackman Field. Columbus and Thorp Owen-Withee meeting in this Cloverbell Conference matchup tonight. 2 balls, 1 strike on Brock Weiland. Leitner checks the base runner. Throws again. Breaking ball inside for a ball. 3-1. Pitches in this ball game. Leitner turns, the number 9 man in the Dons batting order this evening. Leitner ready. And fires again. Low for ball 4. Bounds away. Bernick takes second base. He'll hold right there. Weiland draws a base on balls. The third issued by Leitner. Columbus has base runners at first and second for the leadoff man, the pitcher Carson Eckes. Carson walked and scored his first time up. Carson batting left-handed. Weiland gets a good lead at first base. Lazinski not holding him there. Leitner stays in the stretch. And now delivers. That ball lined to right field, falls for a base hit. Bernick to third base, rounding third, and he takes a wide turn, goes back. As right fielder Cooper Rosemeyer gets that ball into the infield quickly. But that means the Dons now have base runners at first, second, and third with nobody out. Bernick to third base on that single. Weiland takes second. Eckes to first. And catcher Mac Konieczny, the batter. Mac singled home run and scored his first time up. The 4th pick of the NFL draft by New England, LSU tackle Will Campbell. Cleveland Browns now selecting. Mac Konieczny stands in. Bases loaded, nobody out here in the Dons' second inning. Leckleitner from the stretch, checks the base runners, and now throws. Popped up on the left side. Infield fly rule is in effect. The shortstop of Bramcheck will make the catch for the out, and the runners hold their ground. So Konechny pops up, that's out number one. And Don still have the bases loaded. Now for Carter Summer. Shortstops, Carter batting right-handed. Leckleitner working from the stretch once again. He now to the second, bases loaded, only one out. 1 ball, no strike on Carter Summer, the Don's number 3 hitter tonight. And now the pitch by Leckleitner. Dribble Greenwood at Neilsville Grenton. Stratford at Marathon. Stratford won that ball game today, 1-0. Pittsfield at Edgar today. Prentice at Rib Lake. Drummond at Shawamigan. Summer ready. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Line shot at the shortstop, grabbed by a Bramcheck. He'll turn and toss back to second base to double up Weiland and end the inning. Hit hard by Summer, but right at shortstop, Cameron to Bramcheck. And Weiland at second base off the base is doubled up to end the inning. Columbus in the second, no runs on 1 hit. 1 error, a walk, 2 men left on base. We've now played 2 innings, and our score is Columbus 3, Thorp Owen-Withee nothing. More baseball coming up following these messages.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC, and I am standing in our all-new express lane. Open now, no appointment necessary. Stop on in and get things like oil changes, filters, quick lubes. No appointment necessary. See you soon.
Take your valuable possessions from outdoors to indoors with help from ShedsDelivered.com. It's your one-stop shop for sheds, barns, cabins, garages, greenhouses, chicken coops, and hunting blinds, all crafted by skilled Amish artisans. Headquartered in Loyal, Rod and April make it easy. Just
Rather dark evening here in central Wisconsin with some gray clouds all around us, but no rain to speak of. Thorp Owen-Withee batting in the top half of the third. Their leadoff man is catcher Landon Pank, who bounced into a reach base and an error his first time up, 0 for 1. Carson Eckes throwing for Columbus tonight. Winds and throws a breaking ball high for ball 1. Our score is Columbus 3, Thorp Owen-Withee nothing. Redhawks batting top half of the third. 1-0 pitch. Chopped on the third base side, picked up by Bernick behind the bag. The long throw to first base is late. And that will be an infield hit for Landon Pank. That ball hit behind the third base bag and not hit very hard. So Bernick had little chance to make a play on Pank at first base. Batter for Thorp Owen-Withee is the center fielder Harley Zurikowski. Popped to first base his first time up. He is 0 for 1. Carson Eckes out of the stretch. Throws up and in for ball 1. Zurikowski had that, his hand moving up the bat handle in a bunt position, but that ball not real buntable, way up and in for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes on Zurikowski. Eckes ready, throws once again, high and outside for a ball. 2-0. Pank at first base getting a good lead down there. (2-0) on Harley Zurikowski. Digs in once again. Here's the pitch by Eckes. That pitch rides a bit high for a ball. Zurikowski flinched, but did not offer the count. Now 3-0. Cleveland Browns with the 5th pick in the draft chose Michigan defensive tackle Mason Graham. 3-0 delivery. On the outside corner, called strike, 3-1. The shortstop reached base and an error his first time up. Bramcheck batting right-handed. He shows bunt and missed the bunt. Pitch was high and Bramcheck missed it. That's strike 1. It's Columbus 3, Thorp Owen-Withee nothing. Redhawks batting top half of the third. Runners at first and second and nobody out. Again he shows bunt. Ball is thrown over his head, gets away from Konechny, and the runners move up. Pank takes third base. Zurikowski to second on a pass ball. Abramczyk was bunting, and Eckes threw the ball over his head, and Konechny could not keep it under control. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Pitch on the way, line toward shortstop, and by Summer to left field for a base hit. Pank will score, then the ball overrun by left field, and so Zurikowski will try to score as well, throws up the line, and on that throw, Abramczyk takes second base. RBI single for Cameron Abramczyk. And a quick throw to third base as Abramczyk tries to advance. He's tossed out at third base. So Abramczyk is out at third. Both Pank and Zurikowski score to cut the Dons' lead to 3-2. There is 1 RBI on that play. Pank scores on the RBI single. Zurikowski to third base, and then Zurikowski goes home on the error by Lang, who overran the ball in left field. Then Abramczyk thrown out. Konechny to Burnick trying to go to third base for the first out of the inning. Cooper Rosemeyer batting, first pitch inside for ball 1. Eckes throws again, a swing and a miss, 1 ball, 1 strike. Marshfield Blue Devils made about 9 errors in 1 ball game against Wausau and still won the game. 1-2 on Rosemeyer. Here's the pitch. Bounces in for a ball. 2-2. So 1 RBI for Abramczyk on that single as Pank scores, but Zurikowski scores on the error. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And a high breaking ball for strike 3. 4 strikeouts now for Carson Eckes. With 2 down, third baseman Rack Werner is batting. Werner reached base on an error his first time up, 0 for 1.
Third baseman Rack Werner.
Eckes winds and delivers, high and outside, ball 1. Columbus 3, Thorp Owen-Withee 2. Redhawks batting, top of the third. Bases empty and 2 out. 1-0 pitch to Werner, a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. NFL draft continuing in Green Bay at this hour. Coverage now underway on Sports Radio 92.3 FM, WOSQ. 1-1 pitch, low and inside for ball, 2-1. We're now on the 6th pick. That's Las Vegas picking number 6. Green Bay picks number 23 in the first round. 2-1 delivery, a swing and a miss. That ball low and outside, but Werner offers. And the count evens, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Carson Eckes throwing for Columbus tonight. Ready, and he fires once again. Fastball rides high for ball, the count full, 3-2. Each pitcher throwing lots of pitches tonight. Unlikely that they'll be around for the end of this ball game. Now the full count delivery, a swing and a miss to end the inning. And 5 strikeouts now for Carson Eckes. In the third for Thorp Owen-Withee, 2 runs.
Columbus Catholic Schools, and see for yourself why our students like it here. That if you really want your student to attend Columbus Catholic Schools, we will work with you as much as possible to make that reality. Contact us at 715-387-1177 or admissions@columbusdons.org for more information.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafetieri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Very good baseball game tonight here at Jack Hackman Field. Columbus and Thorp Owen-Withee meeting in Clover Belt Conference baseball. Boise State running back Ashton Genty taken by Las Vegas with the 6th pick. of this year's NFL Draft. New York Jets about to select. Don's batting in the third. Leadoff batter center fielder Ray Becker singled his first time up, 1 for 1. Dan Leckleitner on the mound for Thorp Owen-Withee tonight, working from the stretch. Leckleitner now delivers and misses it inside for ball 1. Columbus now leads 3-2 as the Dons bat bottom half of the third inning. It was loaded with nobody out in the second, but a pop-up and a line drive double play ended that threat. Here is the 3-0 delivery, and that breaks across the inside corner for a call and strike, 3-1. Leckleitner, a big right-handed thrower for Thorp Owen-Withee. Again gets his sign and now delivers. In the dirt for ball 4. Ball gets away from the catcher, Pank, but Becker holds at first base. So Leckleitner has walked 4 tonight. And first baseman Devlin Timler will bat. He walked his first time up. Coach Crescent with some signs at third base. Leckleitner from the stretch. He now delivers a breaking ball, and it is a cross for a called strike 1. Thorp Owen-Withee and Columbus meeting in baseball action tonight here at Jack Hackman Field. Leckleitner ready once again. He now delivers. Runner going, pitches fouled back. Count on Timler 0-2, and Becker heads back to first base. Rather quiet evening, but rain holding off as of right now, so that's good news. Quite shallow, not much wind to speak of tonight. Here's the 1-2 pitch, popped up in foul ground behind home plate. The catcher Pank has a look, but has no play. Count stays 1-2 on Devlin Timler. Ray Becker back at first base. Had some windy days the last couple of weeks, but no wind at all tonight. That flag in right center field is limp. Again, the 1-2 pitch. That's line deep but foul down the left field line. Timler hit it well, but in foul ground along the left field foul line. Count to Devlin remains 1-2. Stands back in there. Becker at first base widens his lead, held there by Nolan Lazinski. And again, the pitch on the way. That breaks low for a ball, 2-2. A lot of pitches for Dan Leckleitner tonight. He's approaching 60. We're only in the third inning. So Coach Devine will likely have to go to his bullpen at some point tonight. Timler back in there at 2-2. And Leckleitner delivers. Chop foul on the third base side. Count stays 2-2. This will be the 8th pitch to Timler. And this at bat. We were commenting a few nights ago up in Schofield during the Marshfield DC Everest softball game how many long at bats the Tigers had against Cluck, the Everest pitcher. Again, the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and 1 out. 1 ball, no strikes on Rocco Maher. The 7th pick in the NFL draft tonight, the Jets took Missouri tackle Armand Membo. Tackle Armand Membo goes to the Jets from Missouri. 1 ball, no strikes on Rocco Maher. Here's the pitch. Breaks outside for ball, 2-0. By the way, on this date in 1901, the first ever game in the American League was played. Chicago beat Cleveland 8-2. Here's the 2-0 delivery. That breaks inside on the inside corner for a call strike, 2-1. The game was played at the Chicago Cricket Club before 14,000 fans in Chicago. 2-1 on Rocco Maher. Leckleitner ready once again. He now delivers. That breaks a bit high for ball, 3-1. The White Sox played about 10 years at a ballpark known as South Side Park before Comiskey Park was built about 1910. Here's the 3-1 delivery. A swing and a miss. 3-2, but likely South Side Park was being hastily built and not built yet for that opener, and so they played at the Cricket Club for that first ever ball game in the American League back in 1901. 3-2 on Rocco Maher. Becker leads at second base. And now Leckleitner throws once again. Breaking ball up and in for ball 4.
Left fielder, Drew Lang.
Maher draws a base on balls, the 5th issued by Leckleitner tonight. Left fielder Drew Lang now batting for the Columbus Dons. Lang strikes here at Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. Lang back in there, 1 ball, no strikes. Dan Leckleitner throwing for Thorp Owen-Withee this evening. Sets himself and fires and hits Lang in the upper part of the leg.
Third baseman Ryan Burdick.
Lang hit by a pitch to load the bases. Becker takes third base. Maher to second. Lang to first. Dons have the bases loaded thanks to 2 walks and a hit batter. And third baseman Ryan Burdick batting. Burdick reaching base on an error his first time up. Time is called, and Red Hawks coach Peter Devine back out to the mound to discuss this situation. You're listening to Clover Belt Conference Baseball on AM 1450, FM as ZaleskiSports.com. I'm Gene Delisio at Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. It appears we'll have a pitching change for Thorp Owen-Withee. As Dan Leckleitner will be replaced, and a right-hander to come in to pitch for the Red Hawks. Cameron Abramczyk will move from shortstop to the mound.
The new pitcher is number 14, Cameron Abramczyk.
1 and threw 1 wild pitch. And Cameron Abramczyk now on the mound for Thorp Owen-Withee. And we'll check the new shortstop if that's Leckleitner who moved out there. No, he's leaving the ball game. We'll check the new Thorp Owen-Withee shortstop. Their uniform number is not all that easy to read. They're a very thick red number against a black jersey.
Third baseman Ryan Burdick.
The batter for Columbus is the third baseman Ryan Burdick. Reached base on an error his first time up, 0 for 1. Don's batting bottom half of the third. Bases loaded, only 1 out. 0-1 pitch to Burdick on the way. Ground ball third base side foul. Going out of play. And the count on Burdick now 0-2. Abramczyk in the stretch once more. Gets set and fires. Ground ball to third, picked up by Werner. He'll come home for a force play, and the play is in time. Becker out on the force play. The third baseman Werner to catcher Landon Pank for out number 2.
Right fielder, Brock Wheeler.
On that play, Maher goes to third base. Lang now 2 outs for the Dons here in the third. They lead 3-2. 1 ball, no strikes on Brock Weiland. Abramchak fires once again, misses outside for ball. 2-0. Abramchak trying to pitch out of it here for Thorp Owen-Withee in the third. Fires once again, rides high and outside for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Don's trying to force in yet another run. And Abramchak deals. And that pitch on the low outside corner for a called strike, now 3-1. Weiland looking for a good pitch right here. No errors, 2 walks, a hit batter, 3 men left on base. After 3 innings, our score is Columbus 3, Thorp Owen-Withee 2. We'll come back with more baseball from Jack Hackman Field following these messages.
Take your valuable possessions from outdoors to indoors with help from ShedsDelivered.com. It's your one-stop shop for sheds, barns, cabins, garages, greenhouses, chicken coops, and hunting blinds, all crafted by skilled Amish artisans. Headquartered in Loyal, Rod and April make it easy. Just visit ShedsDelivered.com to design your perfect structure. With short lead times and free delivery and installation, Sheds Delivered is the smart choice for outdoor storage. That's ShedsDelivered.com. Go today.
After a couple years of this, it's time for more money, more opportunities with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. Stop getting by and level up today.
Cloverbell Conference Baseball tonight at Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. Columbus and Thorp Owen-Withee. Dons lead by a run as the Blackhawks bat top half of the 4th inning. Carolina had the 8th pick in the draft tonight and chose Arizona wide receiver Tataroa McMillan. He goes to Carolina with the 8th pick. New Orleans is now selecting. DH Evan Penterman leading off the Thorp Owen-Withee 4th inning. First pitch from Carson Eckes breaks across for a called strike 1. Columbus leads 3-2. Redhawks batting top half of the 4th. Eckes throws again, line foul to the screen. Issues tonight with 5 errors in the game's first 3 innings, but Summer makes a clean play for out number 1.
Number 22, Nathan Gruel.
Nathan Gruel now batting for Thorp Owen-Withee. Takes a pitch from Eckes down low for ball 1. Batting in place of Dan Lichtleitner, the pitcher who was in this spot in the batting order. Next pitch swung and missed. 1-1. Gruel might be the shortstop, we can't tell. Eckes throws once again, a swing and a miss, 0-2. As the Redhawks brought Abramchak from short to relieve Lichtleitner on the mound. 1-2 pitch, a swing and a miss, and Gruel out on strikes. Banks Jr. with the 9th pick of the draft. Caleb Chilcuch batting. Thorp Owen-Withee second baseman takes a pitch low and outside for ball 1. Columbus on top 3-2. Eckes fires once again. Ground ball to the right side. Maher at second base near the bag. Grabs it. Throws to first base in time to end the inning. Quick inning for Thorp Owen-Withee in the 4th. The Redhawks get no runs on no hits, no errors, no one left on base. After 3.5 innings of play, our score is Columbus 3 and Thorp Owen-Withee 2. Back to Jack Hackman Field and more baseball following these words.
Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
Hi, I'm Josh Bark. Have no warranty. Infinity quality and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
Drank down my last swallow, then he bummed a cigarette and asked me for the light. And the night got deathly quiet, and his face lost all expression. Said, if you're gonna play the game.
Dons and Red Hawks in baseball action tonight here at Jack Hackman Field. Columbus and Thorp Owen-Withee meeting in this matchup. Dons batting in the bottom half of the fourth, leading by a run. Leadoff man Carson Eck is standing in for the Dons. Carson this evening has walked and scored and singled. He's 1 for 1. Cameron Abramczyk on the mound for Thorp Owen-Withee in relief, and Nathan Gruel is the new shortstop. Abramczyk pitching from the stretch with no one on base. Delivers a breaking ball inside, ball 1. Columbus leads it 3-2. Dons batting bottom half of the fourth. Dons scored all 3 in the first. Here's the 1-0 delivery. That rides high for a ball, 2-0. Dons had the bases loaded and nobody out in the second. But a pop-up and a line drive double play ended that threat. Here's the 2-0 delivery. A swing and a miss, 2-1. And then Columbus left the bases loaded in the third. So they've had some chances. Dons have left 7 men on base in the first 3 innings. 2 balls, 1 strike on Carson Eckes. Abramczyk throws high and outside for ball 3. 3-0. Get the count. Here is the full count pitch. Ground ball first base side, and that's a fair ball in the right field corner. Eckes rounds first base, a wide turn. He'll hold. As the ball thrown in quickly by Cooper Rosemeyer. Eckes has his second hit tonight. Dons have a leadoff base runner for catcher Matt Konieczny. Mack has singled home run and scored and popped a short. 1 for 2 on the evening. Dons have 5 hits tonight. 5 hits plus 5 errors. Mack stands in. Abramczyk from the stretch. He throws a breaking ball up and in for ball 1. Short lead by Eckes down there at first base. Held there by Luzinski. Abramczyk will check him anyway. And now throws, going outside for a ball. 2-0 on Matt Konieczny. Columbus and Thorp Owen-Withee. Baseball tonight at Jack Hackman. Zorikowski comes on, gets there, makes the catch. Quick throw back to first base, but Eckes hustles and gets back there safely. Konieczny flies to center field for out number 1, and Eckes off with the pitch was at second base when Zorikowski made that catch, but Carson turned, got back to first base quickly to avoid the double play. With the 10th pick in the draft, the Chicago Bears select Michigan tight end Colston Loveland. Bears go for a tight end on the first round. Shortstop Carter Summer batting. Digs in, tossed to first base, Eckes back. Carter has singled home run and scored during that 3-run first inning. He's also lined into a double play. 1 for 2 on the evening. San Francisco now on the clock in the NFL draft. Pitch by Abramczyk, low and inside, ball 1. Columbus leads this ball game 3-2. Ready. Sets and throws. Ground ball towards short. Gruel will grab it. Throws to first base. In time for the out. Eckes to third base. After the throw, he'll get there safely. Summer retired for out number 2, but Eckes takes third base after Gruel, the shortstop, made the throw. Center fielder Ray Becker now batting for the Dons. Ray has singled and walked tonight, 1 for 2. I want to remind you once again, by the way, the Marshfield Softball Association will hold a league meeting next Monday evening at 7:15 at the 501 Club in Marshfield. Pinch runner now, or courtesy runner, for Eckes. Looks like Roe Wheeler will run for Eckes. Abramczyk from the stretch. He now delivers. Low for ball one. Marshfield Softball Association with a league meeting next Monday, April 28th, 7:15 at the 501 Club in Marshfield. And they're working on getting some teams in for a men's league on Tuesdays this year. Here's the 1-0 delivery. And that's on the outside corner, call strike, 1-1. The women's leagues and co-ed leagues on Thursday. But I'd like to start a new men's league on Tuesdays as well at Marshfield Fairgrounds Park. Count on Becker, 1 ball, 1 strike. Abramczyk looks at that base runner. That's Wheeler at third. Now the pitch, curveball hit towards the right side. Off the bag, the first baseman Lazinski bobbles it and has no play. Wheeler is in, the Dons lead 4-2. That was a tough chance. That ball hit between first and second in a real nuisance. Becker back in time. Day, 7:15 at the 501 Club in Marshfield. Next pitch low and outside into the screen. A wild pitch sends Becker to second base. He'll round second, big turn, but goes back. Count on Timler, 1 ball, no strikes. If you'd like to enter a team in the league, you should be there as well. Or if you'd like to enter a team or play but can't make that meeting, contact Jared Eastad, 937-4511. 1-0 pitch to Timler. Inside for ball, 2-0. That's Jared Eastad's 937-4511. And it's 937-4511. And again, that meeting is Monday evening, 7:15 at the 501 Club in Marshfield. Ray Becker at second base now with 2 outs. 1 run is in here in the Columbus 4th inning. Timler, the number 5 man, stands back in there, hitting right-handed. Abramczyk throws a curveball inside for ball 4. First walk issued by Abramczyk during his relief stint. Second baseman Rocco Macher the batting. He's bounced into a double play and walked. 0 for 1 this evening. Time is called as the catcher Landon Pink goes up to talk with Abramczyk. Abramczyk, the second pitcher for Thorp Owen-Withee tonight. We're just out of Gruel's reach behind second base. And the Dons now lead 5 base. That ball not hit very hard, but just hard enough to get by the shortstop Gruel into center field. Left fielder Drew Lang now stands in. He has struck out and has been hit by a pitch. Abramczyk from the stretch. Sets and throws. Inside for ball 1. It's now Columbus 5, Thorp Owen-Withee 2. Dons batting, bottom half of the 4th. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. 1 ball, no strikes on Drew Lang. And the pitch by Abramczyk. Misses inside for ball, 2-0. Ball loose in the infield now, and Timler going to third base. He'll get there safely. The throw back from the catcher Pank to the pitcher Abramczyk was high and off Abramczyk's glove, rolled out towards second base, and Timler, being alert, took off. He gets to third base. That's a throwing error on the catcher Pank. Macher holds at first base on that play. Dons now with base runners at first and third and 2 outs. 2-0 on Drew Lang. Abramczyk checks the base runners. Runner goes, pitches high and outside for ball. Throw to second base is late, gets into center field, and Timler will score. Now Macher to third base. A play there, that ball though off the third baseman's glove, and so Macher is safe. Stolen base for Maher, and a throwing error on the catcher Pank on the throw to second base allows Timler to score from third and Maher take third base. The Dons now lead 6-2. Count on Drew Lang, 2 balls, no strikes. San Francisco taking Georgia edge rusher Michael Williams with the 11th pick in the NFL draft. Dallas now on, and Columbus leads 7-2.
Third baseman Ryan Burdick.
Drew Lang delivers the run-scoring base hit. Brings up the third baseman Ryan Burdick. Burdick has reached base in an error and mounts into a fielder's choice. Toss to first base, and Lang dives back in safely. 4-run fourth inning here for the Dons. They're now up by 5. Burdick back in there. Good lead by Lang at first base. Abramczyk now delivers, and it's in there for a call and strike 1. Columbus on top 7-2. Dons batting bottom half of the 4th. Lang at first base and 2 outs. Nothing in 1. Runners going. Here's the pitch. Foul at the plate. Count on Burdick now 0-2, and Lang heads back to first base. Coach Kressel with a meeting here with Ryan Burdick between home plate and third base. Dons with 3 in the first, now 4 here in the 4th to lead 7-2. Burdick, the 8th man to bat for the Dons here in this inning. Ryan back in there, no balls, 2 strikes. Lang leads at first base, held there by Lazinski. Pitch on the way, low and outside, and bounds away. Lang to second base, takes a very wide turn. One man left on base. After 4 innings, our score is Columbus 7 and Thorp Owen-Withee 2. More baseball following these messages.
Hiller's True Value in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center. The tools you trust from the people you can depend on. Shop the store within a store and find what you're looking for.
That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. Now that's what I was looking for.
Looks like you found what you're looking for.
We redesigned our store to offer the biggest selection of Milwaukee tools.
A selection so big you'll need a map to find your way out.
Hiller's True Value in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss your abilities and qualifications leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
High school baseball here on WOSQ and WDLB. On ZaleskiSports.com. First pitch to Winston Paler from Carson Eckes, up and in for ball 1. Eckes throws once again. Low and outside for ball, 2-0. Columbus now leads 7-2. Thorp Owen-Withee batting. Top half of the 5th here at Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. 2-0 delivery. Hits him in the back. I believe hits him. He's not moving, though. I guess it went off of Konechny's glove, did not hit Paler. Pitch was in singled and scored, 1-2. Columbus and Thorp Owen-Withee in baseball action tonight at Jack Hackman Field. Pang stands in against Carson Eckes. And Carson throws a breaking ball up and in for ball 1. Pank, the number 2 man in the batting order. Curveball breaks across for a call and strike, 1-1. You're listening to Cloverbelt Conference Baseball on AM 1450 and FM 7, ZaleskiSports.com. I'm Gene Delisio at Jack. Dons on top 7-2 as the Red Hawks. 1 ball, no strikes on Harley Zurikowski. Pitch from Eckes. Number 3 man in the Red Hawks called. And Coach Kressel comes out to the mound to talk with Carson Eckes. He's 1 for 2.